Solution to our growing hunger for energy?
Is there an alternative to coal? No, there is not.
Or are the personal and environmental risks just too high?
They're destroying every bit of it.
Find out tonight on 30 Days.
I think I'm ready.
See this handsome devil? Yep, that's me as a high school senior back home in West Virginia. After high school, I moved to New York for college so I could learn how to make movies and TV shows. But see, these guys, they weren't thinking about big cities or college. They knew that just like their fathers and grandfathers, they were going to be coal miners. Even though no one in my family mined coal, it was actually mining that made it possible for me to go to New York. You see, my dad fixed the torque wrenches that were used in the mines, and he fixed enough of those suckers so that I could do the things that I wanted to do. I left West Virginia 20 years ago, but the truth is, coal mining still affects my life every day. And you know what? It also affects yours. You may not realize it, but a whopping 50% of our electricity comes from coal. And every time you listen to your MP3 player or surf the web or watch your TV, you too are connected to that black rock. Today, coal isn't so popular. Environmentalists are screaming about how burning coal is a huge contributor to global warming, and mining tragedies like the explosion in Sago or the recent cave-in in Utah are reminders of just how dangerous it is to work underground. Some people want to make coal a thing of the past, but with so much cheap coal right here in the good old US of A, others say, why stop? And this got me thinking. We hear a lot about coal these days, but what about the people who mine it? What's life like for the guys I grew up around, who stayed in West Virginia and who go underground every day to keep our world powered up? Here's one way to find out, as I go back home to West Virginia to work as a coal miner for the next 30 days. I'm getting ready to go to West Virginia, and my wife Alex is none too happy about me being a coal miner.
So what are you worried about? What are your biggest concerns about me going?
I'm concerned that there's going to be some crazy buildup of gas and then explosion, and you're going to be trapped. And you're going to suffocate in the bowels of a mine somewhere. And I won't be able to see you ever again.
Yeah.
Or you come back with black lung.
It's dangerous. I mean, there's no denying that. It's dangerous.
Oh, baby. Please, please, please be careful.
I'll be very careful. I don't really know what to expect. I don't know what it's going to be like. I don't know. I have no idea.
Got all your stuff?
I'll call you when I get there, baby. I love you.
On the road. Wild, wonderful West Virginia. Coal mining is a rich part of my state's history, and it's helped America grow to the great country it is today. West Virginia is the second largest coal producer in the United States, with more than 500 active mines. Historically, coal miners were paid next to nothing, but coal, like all natural resources, goes through cycles of boom and bust, and right now, it's booming. A typical West Virginia coal miner earns $65,000 a year. That's more than double the average salary of any other industry in the state. Back home, coal is definitely king. Good to be home. Before I can step foot in the mine, I had to complete the required 80-hour training course, so now I'm ready to start my month as a coal miner. For the next 30 days, I'll be following these rules. First, I'll work regular shifts in a coal mine and face the very same dangers as all the other miners. Second, I'll explore the impact of the coal industry on our environment. And third, I'll live with a family who's been mining coal for generations. It's a long way from Brooklyn to the home of my West Virginia hosts, Dale and Sandy Lusk.
Hello?
Dale is 53 years old and went to work in the mines right out of high school.
I'm Morgan.
Dale.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
My Sandy.
Hi, Sandy. I'm Morgan. Where should I sit?
Anywhere.
Anywhere. Okay. Good.
I'm not just living with Dale, but I'll be working for him too. He's the mine supervisor and earns over $100,000 a year.
So how long have you been a miner?
I've been in the mine 35 years and I miss 2 days of work. 35 years.
It's hard work, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard work. Good day's work.
Do you think you're going to be able to handle it that long?
I think I can make it for a month.
Do you want to go see your room?
Yes, please.
Okay. Your room, oh, it's girlish.
Okay.
I hope that don't offend you.
Well, I can tap into my feminine side. It's all right.
Okay.
Well, if I can help you with anything, I mean, I'm.
No.
Yeah,
No,
please let me. I can help you do anything you want.
I can do it.
I can take garbage out. I wash dishes. I'm really gifted.
Only thing Dale does is on Sundays he gets up and he will not let me fix breakfast. He will cook us breakfast.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's the deal too. I'll help him make breakfast if he wants.
Okay, that's what we'll do.
I'll do whatever he wants.
Okay.
I know miners face all sorts of health problems, including one we've all heard of, black lung.
Do you know guys got black lung?
Yeah, I got a miner man off right now has got that black line.
How are your lungs?
I went for a black lung test when I was 27 years in the mines. Nothing.
Nothing. That's amazing. But that got me thinking, how's mining going to affect my health? I head to the local hospital to find out. What percentage of miners who go into the mines actually get black lung?
If a man goes into those conditions and works any length of time, he's going to have something. I just don't think you can work in those conditions and not have something. You know what I mean?
I don't start at the coal mine until the morning, but buying a lunch cooler is my first mining mistake.
Most people carry their lunch in a bag.
Why?
They just do, because they're all the time on the move.
And then you hang it somewhere.
Hang from top, the rest can't get to it. Because they will get in your lunch, you leave it on the bottom.
Yeah. That's good advice. I wouldn't have known that. Tomorrow's going to be my first day in the coal mine. I'm a little freaked out and I'm a little scared, but I'm excited about going in. It's a really demanding job in every way. You know, you got to be thinking about things all the time. You got to be looking around to make sure you're not getting in a dangerous situation. And you got to be in decent shape. It's my first day of work, and the 5 in the morning wake-up is going to take some getting used to. It's an hour-long commute to the mine, and since Dale leaves for work at 2 a.m., I'm driving solo. This is going to be a long commute every day. And we're here, an hour to door. A lot of driving. The red hard hat I'm wearing shows that I'm an apprentice coal miner. I'm not allowed to operate any heavy machinery, but instead will be handed all the grunt work.
Grumpy will be making your name tag for your belt and check in and out.
Okay. My new boss Dale tells me where to go and sends me on my way. I'll see you in a bit.
Let's see.
Yes, sir. That's me. The whole reason behind these is so morbid. So if there's a collapse and they can't get to you for a while, that's so they know which body's mine. Danny, the mine's foreman, shows me where I'll be working in the mine.
Probably the blue arrows right here.
I feel like a fireman. All right, buddy. I think I'm ready. Morning, man.
So you're from Beckley, too.
I'm from Beckley, yeah. Yeah, exactly. The shift I'm assigned goes from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., 6 days a week, and I'll spend those 8 hours entirely underground. I finally enter the portal and take my first steps into the coal mine. Well, I feel the temperature drop down here, like 20 degrees.
It's amazing. It's incredible to see and be down there. It's a completely another world. It's musty and it smells wet. For the next 8 hours, I'm going to be underground. You don't see sunlight.
Yeah, that clearance is low.
You turn off your light, you can't see 4 inches in front of your face. You can't see anything. Like, I'm talking, black. This is you in a mine. It's dark. And it's freaky, scary. It's like going to the moon. And it's so loud.
After the 1.5-mile trip down into the mountain, I'm greeted by the deafening noise of the continuous miner ripping the coal from the walls. The coal is then moved on a conveyor belt to the surface, and since coal is cash, I gotta make sure none of it's left behind.
Reach up under the belt as far as you can and get what you can of it.
James, a 4th-generation coal miner, teaches me shoveling 101.
Throw it on there. Just remember, always shovel going with the belt. Yep. Watch these splices. Try not to get your shovel. You can hear them coming down the belt. If it gets caught on there, don't hold on to the shovels. Don't let it take you. It will take you down to that belt. Yeah. Because it will kill you.
I'd like to think that, what I'm shoveling here is powering the electricity in a children's hospital, but in reality, what I'm shoveling here is probably powering some guy masturbating in front of his computer. You gotta look on the bright side all the time. Either way, I'm making somebody very happy.
Bending down, standing up, throwing it on the belt, bending down, standing up, throwing it on the belt. Take a breather, shovel on the belt, shovel on the belt, take a breather, shovel on the belt. Shovel on the belt, shovel on the belt, shovel on the belt.
You eat when you can. Today I ate lunch in like 10 minutes.
All you need to be a coal miner is a weak mind and a strong back. That's all you need.
Tell you how tired I am right now. I feel like somebody beat me with a shovel for like
6 hours straight. I feel like I was run over by a coal truck today.
I think that this is only the beginning of a really long month.
I'm feeling good this morning. The only place that I'm not sore today is like somewhere in my foot. I think I'm not sore here. Hi-ho, hi-ho. No one said this job would be easy, but my aching body's not going to keep me away from work. Is it about that time?
Yep, we're loading up. Y'all be careful.
All right, man. Despite a century of improvements, coal mining is still far from safe. How dangerous is mining as an occupation?
It's dangerous from the minute you enter the... Coal miners come in here every day under these conditions and extract coal and do it safely.
Yeah.
They have to be one of the most skilled workers there is.
There are 10 people working in my section, and we're all doing one of two things, mining the coal or keeping the mine safe. There's a laundry list of things that can go wrong in the mine, and a potential explosion ranks right at the top. It's a simple matter of chemistry. You see, mining releases coal dust and poisonous methane gas into the air, and if something sparks underground, this combination can get ugly. Miners used to bring singing canaries underground to act as their gas sensors, and if the singing stopped, the miners knew it was time to hightail it out of there. Nowadays, ventilation fans keep the fresh air circulating underground, and sophisticated gas monitors have freed those birds up to pursue other lines of work. So, keeping the fresh air flowing smoothly is a big part of safety.
So you want me to cover this whole area?
Since I'm the red hat, I get assigned another glamorous job, slapping plaster on center block walls. These walls help direct the airflow to blow coal dust and methane out of the mine.
So by plastering this wall, you control the ventilation. So basically by doing this, I'm helping to make sure that there's not going to be an explosion. Do you think about that? Did it happen any time? You just don't think about it because you can't.
At 55, Wormy's one of the oldest miners down here and has worked underground for 25 years.
How much longer do you think you got?
A couple more years, maybe.
Yeah.
If I last that long. You never know, you know.
Yeah.
I come here every day and have a good time. I may not make it outside tomorrow. You never know.
Got some dust in my eyes.
Not only is mining hard work, but every night I come back completely covered in coal. There isn't a shower or even a sink at the mine, so I have to clean up at home.
I think I might still have a little mascara.
Massively.
Ain't your mining secret?
Put some down, just rub it on real hard.
Okay.
Just get wipe it out.
Just wipe it off with that.
Yeah. It all comes off, every bit of it.
Okay. Looks pretty good, huh?
After I get all cleaned up, I'm ready to meet Dale's numerous brothers at a family picnic.
First game,
What was the score?
21-8.
Dale comes from an old coal mining family, and he and his brothers have 180 years of mining experience between them. But Dale's the only one left who still works in the mine.
So what's in the Lusk blood that makes everybody want to be coal miners?
Dad was, so I guess that's about following in shoes.
What does coal mining mean to the state of West Virginia?
Bread and butter. That's West Virginia's life. Poop around in coal, let shut off the lights.
If you guys wouldn't have been coal miners, what would you have done?
I probably went on to school.
What about you, Dale?
I probably went on school.
So why didn't you?
I got a job in coal mine, make all kind of money.
Yeah. It's big money in West Virginia, coal mining.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys tell your kids to become coal miners?
No, my son, he's a night watchman. He won't go inside.
No.
I don't try to get him to either.
Why?
I'd hate to get him to go inside and get covered up. I mean, him get killed or something.
Yeah.
It'd be tough to live with.
Every morning, Dale writes Sandy a note and leaves it on the table every day. Today it says, Sandy, I love you with all my heart. You're the best. I need and love you so much. All my love, Dale. Sandy told me it means a lot to her because, you know, that note could be the last thing she ever hears from Dale. That note could be it. I'm back in the mine and I'm helping with one of the most dangerous steps of coal removal, retreat mining. So what happens is they mine through a section and carve out all of these pillars. Now each one of these pillars, which are around us, are 80 by 100 feet, and they're supporting the roof that's above us. So as they come back, they start retreat mining, taking those pillars out, mining those pillars out, the roof collapses. Boom! They keep pulling pillars, roof keeps collapsing, keep pulling pillars, roof keeps collapsing. So basically now all this area that we just pulled out of,
will fall.
Can't go back in there.
No, it'll fall.
Yeah. How long will it take for it to fall?
It could fall in a split second.
Yeah.
Could be
He might
days.
stand there for a week or a month.
It was a massive roof collapse while retreat mining that took the lives of 9 miners in Utah. These guys in Utah got trapped because they were pillaring. They were retreat mining. And in the middle of retreat mining, there was a collapse. And now here we are, doing the same thing that these guys are doing, and you can't help but think about it. You know, the possibility of getting trapped in the mine. It's scary. You know, it puts in a big lump of realism in your day.
It only takes 1 second to turn your back and you get hurt. Or killed even.
Yeah. So what keeps you guys doing it?
The money.
Yeah.
Gotta eat.
Yeah.
Gotta pay for them toys.
Gotta pay for that baby.
Yeah, that's a fact.
The coal miners are the ones who really make this industry happen. It's easy to lose sight of that. And these are people who every single day go out and put their life on the line so that you can turn on the lights, so that you can watch TV, so that you can log on to the internet. Half the electricity in the United States is coming from guys like that. And now that I can put a face on the people that I know are working every day to make this country go, it really humanizes everything. It's day 7 of my life as a coal miner, and I'm back working with my shoveling buddy James.
I was told I shouldn't wear my wedding ring into the mine.
I never take mine off. It reminds me why I'm down here.
Where do we start? Here or down there?
I'll start down there, you can start here.
The last part of James's tutorial is on rock dusting.
What rock dusting does is it knocks down the coal dust, takes it out of the air, which by doing that, you limit the chance of an explosion. A lot of things in the mine all come back to making sure nothing goes boom.
After working together in the mine all day, James invites me to meet his family and enjoy some barbecue.
I'm Morgan.
I'm Karen.
Hi, Karen. Nice to meet you.
And what would a trip to Appalachia be without a little homemade moonshine?
It's pretty smooth.
4 or 5 more drinks, you won't even care what it tastes like. Once they get real smooth.
So how is it being married to a coal miner?
Sometimes it bothers me. You know, I worry a lot. Like if he's late, you know, I'm like expecting a phone call or, you know, should I turn the news on? I mean, I know pretty much you're risking your life with any job, but every day you go down the mines, you don't know if you're coming back out or not.
Yeah.
And you're taking that chance.
Even though James earns over $60,000 a year coal mining, he'd like to find a job where he can spend more time with his family.
James, what do you want for your kids?
Good education.
Yeah.
Same thing.
You want them to go to college? Yeah.
So they don't have to stay here and mine coal.
Yeah.
So I ain't got to do what I go through, what I've had to go through.
Yeah.
I enjoy what I do. I just hope for better things.
James told me that his father didn't want him to work in a coal mine either. And now here he is trying to do the same thing for his kids. And a lot of the guys that I talked to in the coal mines, you know, didn't want to be coal miners. And it just kind of becomes some sort of unchosen rite of passage. And I wonder, are James's kids going to get opportunities to go to college, to go off and get an education, or are they going to want to be coal miners just like his dad? I don't know. You know, every day when Dale leaves the house, he leaves Sandy a note, and I can see why after being down in the mine. You never know what's going to happen. It's a scary thing to think about, and it's inspired me to want to write Alex, and so I'm sending her a postcard every day now. It makes you think, oh, that man. I'm almost 2 weeks into my 30 days as a coal miner, and I've noticed that hardly anyone underground wears a respirator. They do help prevent black lung disease, so I'm going to try one to see what the problem is.
You see this and you realize why nobody wears them. Look at that thing. You're like a fighter pilot. Everybody tells me I'm going to have it off before the day's done. I mean, already, I just put it on, and I already feel like I'm getting less air. This thing's terrible, dude.
Eric works in one of the dustiest areas of the mine, so I thought for sure he'd wear a respirator.
I really have a hard time breathing through it.
So when it gets this bad, wouldn't you want to throw one on?
Yeah, should. Mine's hanging in my locker, though.
It's hanging in your locker?
Yeah. I don't know, I probably should wear one. My wife fusses at me all the time trying to get me to wear mine.
Yeah. What do you tell her?
I just lie to her and tell her to wear it.
Let's see what we got in there. This is how much the filter stopped in an hour. So now, multiply that by 8 over an 8-hour day.
Now multiply that by 6 over a 6-day week, by 52 times a year, by 20, 25 years. And that's what you're breathing. It makes me think, what's going in my body? You can see all the dust flying around, but what else am I breathing? It's just too hard to breathe through that thing. And if you can't beat them, join them. So it's coming on. At the end of the day, I hitch a ride home with my new buddy Eric.
We don't get car sick too easy.
Eric is 28 and has been working underground for 2 years. He never wanted to mine coal, but the 60 grand a year paycheck was just too hard to pass up. So what are these ponds of stuff that are right here?
Slurry ponds, wastewater that when they clean the coal, you can't release that straight into a stream. You get a real hard rain though, that creek rolls black. This guy, I guess, has definitely got his pluses and minuses as far as how it is on the environment.
Yeah, what do you think the biggest pluses are for coal mining?
It takes coal to make everything go, but at the same time, it's about time we start pursuing other energy sources. You know, I think it's long overdue. People, they think coal miners are stupid, but they're not really uneducated. It's just lack of opportunity. You know, there's not that much industry in the state that pays anything. So you got to do something to raise a family.
He said, this environmental side of it is a big problem. It's a big issue. And he's torn about it because on the one side there's jobs, but on the other side, the state that he loves is getting torn apart. Eric's proud to have grown up in southern West Virginia and shows me one of his favorite views. Wow, look at that, man. There's a lot of guys that I work with who say the companies don't care about the environment. They don't care about what they leave behind. They just want to get the money and get out. If that's true, it's terrible. Of all the environmental issues surrounding the West Virginia coal industry, surface mining is perhaps the most controversial. I always thought all coal was mined deep underground, but that coal is almost mined out, and getting to what's left is both difficult and dangerous. Almost half of the coal mined in West Virginia is taken from just beneath mountaintops through surface mining. First, the top of the mountain is literally blown off with massive amounts of explosives, exposing the coal underneath. Then heavy machinery is brought in to scoop up the coal and truck it away. By law, the coal industries must restore the land once they're done surface mining by planting grass and trees and encouraging regrowth. But environmentalists argue that even with this reclamation, the mountains are destroyed forever. Bo Webb and Chuck Nelson are two former coal miners who are now fighting the coal companies to stop mountaintop removal.
These mining companies, they're smart enough to realize that coal is not the future of this country or the planet. So they need to they want to get all they can and make the profit they can now as fast as they can, because it is going to be a thing of the past. And mountaintop removal is the fastest, cheapest way to get it. And that's what they're doing. This is mountaintop removal, guys.
Wow. It's devastating. It's absolutely devastating. Look at that.
This mountain's 360 million years old. That's what the Appalachian Range is.
Yeah.
And they're destroying us in 5-10 years. It's gone. They're going to blast. They're going to blast. Get ready. You're going to see a blast.
It's amazing.
You'll never be there again. We're proud mountaineers, and this is our home. All our history, all our culture, and generations before us lived here. And they're destroying every bit of it.
It just made me want to cry. It was really depressing to see this beautiful place that means so much to me kind of just be ripped apart. Now that I've talked to the environmentalists, I want to hear what the coal industry has to say about mountaintop removal.
Hey, Morgan.
How are you? Bill Rainey lobbies to give mining companies a unified voice about the issues.
The opponents to the coal industry never offer an alternative. And our people do a lot of planning to figure out the best way to mine the coal. If it's possible to underground mine it, that's typically the way it's going to be mined. Is there an alternative to coal? No, there is not. Do we need to get better at using it? Yes. Are we? Yes, we are. It's not perfect at all, but no one has got in their hip pocket a way to make half of this country's electricity.
We need coal, but mining, it's destructive in a lot of ways. Good point in mountaintop removal, faster, cheaper, but what's the trade-off? Is it destroying the environment, destroying ecologies, waste, chemicals? But the better way hasn't really presented itself yet. That's environmentally sound, economically viable. We just haven't gotten there yet. We need this industry, and we need these people to be here to help provide jobs. Trade-offs. What's the trade-off? That's the hard part. There's something really peaceful about working in there. I think it kind of hit me today why guys would, love a job like this. There's something very grounding about going underground, about going into the earth, where it's completely silent. You're seeing things that nobody's ever seen, and you're in a place where nobody ever gets to go. And I don't know if those guys feel that way or not, but I know I did.
Want some more coffee?
Drag it.
It's Sunday morning, and Dale's cooking up some bacon and eggs for his 65-year-old brother Coy and wife Connie. Apparently Coy used to be a really great athlete and played sports all the time, and now the guy can barely walk. After mining coal for 30 years, Coy developed black lung, and since the disease gets progressively worse, he was forced to quit the job he loved.
I'd say it was 3 years ago. It really started to bother me bad.
Coy played ball. He's 52, 53 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. How far can you walk before you start to have problems where you have to stop?
Well, if it's on the incline, maybe 100 foot.
Yeah.
2 or 3 minutes, to get everything built up before I go again.
Yeah. Did you like working in the mines?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
If I had to do it over, I'd probably do the same thing.
Yeah. Even if you knew you'd get sick?
Probably.
Yeah.
I see Dale, it doesn't really have a lot of the health effects that's associated with black lung yet. But, I'm like, man, I just so hope it doesn't happen to him.
So do you ever worry that could be you? You could be the guy who can't walk down 20 feet without...
Never think about it.
Yeah.
And I say most coal miners like it.
Yeah, not being able to breathe, not being able to get around.
I had 27 years in the coal mines. I went for black lung examination.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No. Have you been to one recently?
No.
Yeah.
Not like 7 years, 8 years.
Yeah. Want to go to one with me? At the end of the month?
Yeah.
Done.
Let's go.
All right.
Dude, I'm scared for the guy. He's been in the mines a long time. He didn't have anything last time he went, but that still doesn't make me not worry.
You guys ready to go?
I hope when we go that nothing comes out of it. I hope the test really shows that it's nothing. Got my fingers crossed. I'm 3 weeks into my 30 days in West Virginia, and I finally get a minute to sit down alone with Dale's wife, Sandy. When guys get black lung, how long do they usually live for?
Just affects different people different ways.
Because I know when I saw Dale's brother that day with his air tank and having to sit down as soon as he got inside and he was winded, that's a tough way to go. Do you worry about his health?
Dale seems to be very healthy.
Yeah. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
No black lung?
No. As far as we know, he doesn't.
Yeah. I asked him if he wanted to go get checked with me.
He said he would.
What do you think's going to happen?
I hope it don't show nothing, but you don't know.
Yeah.
He's been in mines a lot of years.
It's day 23 of my life as a coal miner, and the shoveling sure ain't getting any easier.
My abs seem to be getting smaller. You want me to rub your back for you? Yeah.
James was just like, yeah, it's a little tough in the beginning, but you get used to it, and he's just like, it's a skill that I don't possess yet.
Today, I got down like this, and I propped up my leg, and I went into lean to get a big shovel full of coal, and I felt my underwear go right there.
I've destroyed 6 pairs of boxer shorts. This pair just completely split and ripped in the middle of me working one day. Here's another pair that in the middle of working.
So, today should be another special day with a big hole in my ass. Just not cut as well?
Yeah, metal. Just ain't hard enough. I'll have that carbide tip.
Another day, another chore. This time I'm helping Dally and Ronnie repair the continuous miner.
What? See how the repairs? All this dust is sitting here in midair. It's not moving. Fans have been off. Once they're off, we have 15 minutes to evacuate the section. You can always tell when the fan goes off.
It's hot. Now there's nothing blowing any methane out, and all you need then is an igniter, just a match.
So where was he saying I need to rock dust?
And something could go boom, in a really big, bad way. While we're waiting for our ride out of the mine, we do everything we can to prevent the chance of an explosion.
That squirrel's already been about 12, 13 minutes. If I was y'all, go ahead and whatever stuff y'all got to get.
Gather it up.
Say get it.
Yeah.
Say we're leaving right here.
I mean, you can just see the dust floating in the air right here. You know, it's usually blowing past your face, and that's not happening. So now's not the time to stay in the mine, so we're getting told to get out.
I got everybody on here?
No. Squirrel. Squirrel this way to check to see if anybody else is down.
Hey, Dave. I don't know if squirrels will come with that scoop or not. It might need to be moved.
You can feel it getting hotter. You start to get lulled into this false sense of security after a while. You know what your job is, you know where and when you're supposed to be somewhere, and you don't kind of think about all the things that could go wrong. And then today, with the evacuation, it just starts to remind you that anything could go wrong. And all it takes is one thing for you to get stuck in there, for something bad to happen, for you to die. Oh, that's the good part right there. It was a scary day, but we got out fine. Unfortunately, there are other miners who haven't been so lucky. On January 2nd, 2006, a major blast trapped 13 miners in Sago, West Virginia, just over 100 miles from where I work. Despite initial reports of a miraculous rescue, 12 of the 13 miners were killed. Among them was Fred Ware Jr., a 59-year-old miner who had worked his entire life underground. Fred's daughter, Peggy, visits her father's memorial every day.
You get so angry and frustrated because you think how unfair it was, you know. These guys were all family men and, you know, loved what they did and just trying to make a living for their family. And I feel that, you know, that's probably what my dad would want me to do, is to try to make a change and keep all his fellow coworkers and miners safe.
Since the disaster, Peggy and her husband have been campaigning tirelessly for lawmakers to require safer conditions in the mines. Do you think Sago was unsafe?
So I'll just say that I don't think it was as safe as it could have been.
Yeah.
There's a lot of technology out there. The companies just don't want to put the money out for it.
Mm-hmm. And do you think that companies look at miners as being expendable?
Yeah. I think some companies do. You know, it's all about the mighty dollar, unfortunately. And I think that's how a lot of companies run.
Yeah.
It's been hard not having him, not being able to say goodbye, just not hearing his voice. It's been the hardest.
I'm getting ready. So I'm in the home stretch here. I've only got a couple days left.
Everybody keeps telling me, yeah, you get used to it. It takes about a month.
I'm like, perfect. Right around the time my body acclimates, I'll be leaving. There's certain things in your life that you miss. So when you stop, you're like, oh man, I really miss that. But I can honestly say I'm not going to miss shoveling the belt at all, actually. Sorry, Dale, but I'm just not going to miss that. I think I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight. So how long do miners usually work in the mines before they show signs of black lung?
Different.
Dale makes good on his promise, and we head to the health clinic to get our black lung tests.
Sir, taking a deep breath.
It's been 7 years since Dale was last checked, and he's convinced his health is perfect.
Breathe. Okay.
It only takes a moment to develop the x-rays, and Dale and I prepare to get the results.
That's your x-ray reports back.
Okay.
Yours was negative.
Mine was negative.
Yours was negative.
Good.
Shows nothing. You got a clean bill here.
Okay.
Yours wasn't negative. Okay, you've got some smaller and bigger particles of dust in both lungs. With continued exposure, you'll have more problems with shortness of breath, so you want to avoid dust exposure as much as you can and that kind of thing. Respirators are good, so you need to make an appointment and come back and see me on a regular basis.
Dale's just been diagnosed with black lung, and we're heading home to break the news to Sandy, who's babysitting the grandkids.
I see y'all finally made it back.
Yeah.
Did they say he had black lung?
Yeah, he's got it in both lungs, all the way down.
Gosh, you make it sound bad.
It is in both lungs.
Is that what they said?
Yeah, honey. I got spots here and there in both lungs.
Well, are you going to start wearing a respirator?
No.
Why?
I'm just not going to. I ain't got no problem breathing. I don't get short-winded.
Well, I would like it till you came home and said nothing showed up.
You know, the doctor said, you should retire if you can, and he's like, well, I can't. There's not really a whole lot else out there for a 53-year-old. You're not going to go get trained somewhere else. You're not going to get a new job. He knows coal mining is what he does. This is my last day of coal mining. My last day packing my lunch at 5 in the morning. Since it's my last day of work, Dale's decided to ride in with me.
I think Sandy really, really cares about you.
Well, I know she does. But Morgan's not that bad, Morgan.
It's not a question of it being bad right now. It's only the beginning, right?
It's such a blessing to have Dale be the person who took me through this. He was my teacher. He was my Mr. Miyagi in the coal mine. Everyone at the mine loves Dale, and I hope during my time I earned even a little bit of that respect. I really wanted to show that I could, that I could at least try and keep up with them, to work alongside them as best I could. And I think at the end, I did earn their respect. At least, it seemed that way. Oh, nice. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. That's inscribed on the back. It says, "To Morgan, you're now one of us." I feel like I was accepted into something really special. Thank you for everything. Thank you, bro. I feel honored that I got to be a part of that.
Y'all be careful, man.
I got to see something a lot of people don't, and I'm thankful for that. I'm gonna miss you. It's been a really tough 30 days, but the hardest part is gonna be saying goodbye to Dale and Sandy. To have them kind of take me into their home and make me a part of their family, I couldn't have asked for anything more. Come on, you're gonna start crying? Thanks, Dale.
We'll miss you, Dale.
I'm gonna miss you too. Of course I'm gonna still worry about Dale, but I understand why he's gonna keep working in the mine, because it's his life. Dale chooses to go to work every day. He chooses to worsen a disease that he knows could kill him, but he doesn't stop. And just like Dale, we know that there are health risks. We know that there are environmental concerns, but that doesn't stop us from using coal. But the question is, what other choice do we have? We have to use coal because we haven't spent the time to really invest in something better. Before I went into the coal mine, I knew very little about the people who work there and really what it does, for not only my home state, but the entire country. And, after this experience, it just makes you realize how many people are affected by coal and by this industry. But coal is finite. One day, coal will be gone. What are we going to do then? It's almost like we're living with one foot in the past and one foot in the future, and we really need to be looking a little more ahead at what are we going to do. Because we can't wait 250 years until it just disappears. We have to start thinking about it now. And I think it's the only choice we have. The only choice is progress.